Right, hi boys and girls. Today I'm going through Heuristic 2 on list and check method. Alright, so as usual, before we even attempt any heuristic, we need to actually read to understand the question, okay? So, question 1, Benny bought some markers and pens. The number of pens he bought was 3 times the number of markers. Each pen cost $2 and each marker cost $4. He paid a total of $150 in all. How many markers and pens did he buy in all? Okay, now first of all, how do we identify that this question is a list and check? Firstly, alright, there will be more than one item given. In this case, it's 2 items, that's markers and pen. Okay, and they will not tell you the number of items. In this case, they just indicate sum. All right, this sum, we don't know how many markers and we don't know how many pens. So some markers and pen. So that is first clue to what kind of heuristic. Okay, the number of pen. So now they continue. The number of pen he bought was 3 times the number of markers. So in this case, all right, your number of pen is 3 times, all right, the number of 3 times the number of markers. So each pen costs $2. So you know your pen here is $2 each, and each marker is $4. Now he paid the total amount of $150. So how many markers and pen did he buy in all? All right, let's take a look at the steps, okay? So we have here number of markers. We need to make a clever guess, okay? Number of pens also. We know something. We know the cost of markers is $4 each. The cost of pen is $2 each. And we know that the total cost is $150. So here is $150. Okay, so, and this is your checkbox. Checkbox is very important. You need to have this, okay, to check whether you meet that $150. Okay, now another thing that you have to take note when you are making the list and check method is, in this case, they say that the pen is 3 times the number of markers, which means every time when you guess one marker, all right, the number of pen will be 3 pens. Okay, so they are trying to tell you that, look, the pen he bought was 3 times the number of markers. So for those of you, right, so always remember the pen is 3 times the number of markers. So this is what they're trying to tell you. So 1 marker is actually equivalent to 3 pens. Okay, right, so when you guess, you have to always remember this. Okay, so let us take a nice number. Okay, so let's say we take 5 markers. So if there's 5 markers, so your pen will be 5 times 3, because it's 3 times pen. So here will be 15 pens. Okay, so once you have already established this number of markers and number of pen, then you can fill in accordingly. Okay, so we have cost of markers will be 5 times 4, that is 20. Now your pen is 15, so 15 times 2 is 30. So what you do is you take the total 20 and the total 30 and you add them together. So it's 20 plus 30 equals to 50. Now, we want 150. This is only 50. So, this is definitely not the answer. Alright, let us move on and make another guess. 10. So, if that's a 10, you have to establish that this is 3 times more. So, that's equals to 30. Okay, everybody? So, here will be 10 times $4. That's 40. 30 times 2, that's 60. So your total, add with this total, that's 40 plus 60 equals to 100, which again, not 150. Okay? So let's guess another number, 15. Okay? And here, always remember, it's 3 times, so that's a 45. Okay, so here will be 15 times 4 is equals to 60. 45 times 2 is equals to 90. Alright, so here this total and this total. So we have 60 plus 90, and that's 150. So this is the right answer. Okay, so in this case, they ask you, how many markers and pens did he buy altogether? How many markers and pen did he buy altogether? So what we have to do is, we have to find the total number of pens and markers. Okay, so that is 15. All right. Plus your 45. So that's the total number of pen and markers, and that's 60. Okay, so he bought 60 markers and pens in all. So that's your answer. Okay? All right. Right? Okay, so now let's move on to the next question, and that's question 2. Okay, first of all, you need to read the question. Lily baked some cookies and muffins. The number of cookies she baked was 5 times the number of muffins. Each cookie weighed 9 grams and each muffin weighed 80 grams. She baked a total of 1 kilogram of cookies and muffins in all. How many muffins and cookies did she bake in all? Alright, so first of all, how do you establish that this is a list and check? Okay, you don't know. Okay, first of all, it's more than one item and you don't know the number for each, right? They just mentioned it's some cookies and muffins. So you need to find out that number. Then the number of cookies she baked was 5 times the number of muffins. So here, muffin is 1 time. Muffins, all right, is the same as 5 times cookies. Okay, each cookie weighs 9 grams. So your cookie weighs 9 grams each one, and muffins weigh 80 grams. And she baked the total of 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram. Now, if you want to make things easier, all right, you just change everything to grams. Okay, so here will be 1,000 grams. And how many muffins and cookies did she bake in all? All right, so here the headings are not written, so we start off by writing because muffin is 1, so I would like to put that as first because it's easier when you are doing your 5 times later. Okay, so here number of muffins come first instead of your cookies. All right, so here number of muffins. Do you write your number of cookies here? No, you don't. You write down weight of muffins. Now you know that each muffin weighs 80 grams. So just indicate, all right, for yourself, okay? So that you will remember. So here will be number of cookies. Then here will be weight of cookies, and that will be 9 grams. And here will be your total weight. Now, your total weight is 1000 grams. We change everything to grams, it's easier. Okay? So now, we have to make a smart guess, and also the number must be nice and easy for you to calculate, all right? So if I put a 10 here, so my number of cookies will be 5 times, remember? So 10 times 5 will give you 50. So now then you work out each individual. So you have 10 times 80 grams, and that's 800. 50 times 9 is equals to 450. So the total of this and this, so 800 plus 450 will give you 1250. Is that what we are looking at? No, we are looking at 1000 only. So that's not the answer that we are looking for. Okay, because this is 1000 and this answer is 1200. That means we have to lower this number. All right, once we lower this number, naturally this number will also go down. Okay, so let's say we guess it as 5. So this is 5 times, so that will be 25. Okay, so here will be 5 times 80. Your answer here is 400. 25 times 9, your answer will be 225. Right, so you have both total. So that's 400 plus 225. So that is 625. Oops, I think the number is fairly small. Okay, so you have to make this number bigger. Right, let's say it's 8. So we do this first, we establish this first 5 times, so that will be 40. Okay, so here will be your 8 times 80, that will give you 640. 40 times 9 will give you 360. So your total and your total, so 640 plus 360, your answer will be 1000. Perfect, that's your answer. Okay, so they ask you how many muffins and cookies did she bake in all. So which means this is the number of muffins and your cookie is, this is the number of cookies. So total, your 8 plus 40, your answer is 48. So she baked 48 muffins and cookies in all. That's your answer. Okay, everyone? So far so good? Right, let's move on to question 3. Are we ready? Okay, question 3. Dan kept some 50-cent and 20-cent coins. The number of 50-cent coins that he had was twice the number of 20-cent coins. The total value of the coins was $4.80. How many coins did he have altogether? Alright, so how do you establish that this is a list and check? Oops, sorry. Okay, that's a question. Okay, how do you establish that this is a list and check? First of all, 2 items, 50-cent coin, 20-cent coins, and the word sum there, you don't know the number of 50-cent coins, the number of 20-cent coins. But you do know something, the 50-cent coins that Dan had, alright, the number is twice as many as the number of 20-cent coins. So remember, it's twice as many. So in other words, if you have one 20-cent coin, all right, is equals to two 50-cent coins. Okay, because it's twice. And the total value is 480. How many coins did you have all together? Now, you need to draw your table. Yes, so draw in your table first. Okay, how many columns? Now remember, one column is for number of 50-cent coins, and then here will be the value of, sorry, it's one, right? So it's 20-cent coins first. So in other words, here is number of 20-cent coins. Okay, and here is value of your 20-cent coins. So in other words, here will be number of 50 cents. Okay, the next one will be value of 50 cents. Then the next one will be total value. And the last box is the check box. Okay, so the check box, now remember, what is the total value is $4.80. So you have to check for $4.80. Okay, so let's say if I still make it to 3. Okay, make it to 3 rows. So we will guess, make it to 3 rows then. So we will guess the first one. Always remember, start with the 1. So if I guess this is as 5, my 50-cent coins will be 5 times 2 because it's twice. Okay, so that's equals to 10. Then I work this out. So here will be 5 times 20, and that's $1. So because it's 20 cents, right? So it's $1 actually. 100. Here will be 10 times 50. So that's $5. Okay. So this is 480. So we take our total. Now your 480, if you change it to coins, that will be 480. Okay, so here will be 100 plus 500, that is 600. All right, so it's way too big for 480, so that's not my answer. If it's too big, that means I have to lower this. Okay, because this is 480, this is 600, right? So I have to lower, make it smaller. So that's 4. So if that is 4, twice of that will be 8. So here will be 4 times 20, and that's $8. Sorry, that is 80 cents. Okay, so that's your 4 times 80, and that's 80 cents. 4 times 20, sorry. 4 times 20, and that's 80 cents. Okay, so here will be 8 times 50, and that's 4. All right, so now you take your total. So that's your 80 plus your 400. That gives you 480, which is equivalent to $4.80. So this is your answer. Okay, everyone. So now how many coins did he have all together? So total, the number of coins is this and this. So 4 plus 8 is 12. Okay, so he has 12 coins altogether. Okay, is everybody okay? So here, remember, it's 80 cents here. Okay, and this part here is actually $4 when you change it to dollars. But here they are still in cents. Okay, so it's 480 cents. When I convert it to dollars, it's $4.80. Okay, right. Right, so let's do the next question. Okay, so we have our last question here. Right. Hadi cut some ribbons and string for an art project. The number of strings cut was 4 times the number of ribbons cut. Each string measured 10 centimeter long and each ribbon measured 20 centimeter long. He cut a total of 7 meters and 80 centimeter of strings and ribbons in all. How many strings and ribbons did he cut in all? Alright, so first of all, we have to establish how do you know that this is a listen check. Alright, you have this item here, ribbons and string. That's more than one item, and the word sum there tells you that it's you don't know the number of ribbons and string. Okay, the number of string here, alright, is 4 times the number of ribbons. So your ribbon is 1 and your string is 4 times. So we have here 1 ribbon is 4 strings. Okay, now each string measures 10 centimeter and each ribbon measures 20 centimeter long. He cut a total of 7 meter 80 centimeter. Alright, I would change this to centimeter. So 7 meter 80 centimeter. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So you have 7 meters, that's 700 centimeter. So 700 plus 80, that's 780 centimeter there. So 780. Okay, how many strings and ribbon did he cut in all? So what you have to do is you have to draw your table first. Okay, so first this part here will be number of ribbons, length of ribbon, now each length for ribbon is 12. All right, sorry, it's 20 for ribbon. Then here will be number of strings, and here will be length of strings. Now each length for string is 10. Then here you will have your total length. Your total length is 780 cm, and your checkbox. Okay, and your checkbox must also be 780 cm. Okay, so draw 4 rows or 3 rows, up to you. I draw 3 first. Okay, so now my ribbon, okay, let's say it's 10, so the number of string will be 4 times. so that's 10 times 4, and that's 40. Okay, so once you establish that, then you can do this. 10 times 20 is 200. 40 times 10 is 400. My total, 200 and 400 plus 400 will give me 600. Okay, it's far too small because I need the total as 780. All right, so let's do another one. 15. Let's try 15. So if that's 15, 15 times 4 times, that will give you a 60. Okay, so 15 times 20 will give you 15 times 20, that's 300. 60 times 10 will give you 600. So you have the total. $300 plus 600 is equals to 900. Okay, it's a bit too much as well. Okay, so it's a bit too much here. This is too little. This is too much. It's 900. I only want 780. Okay, so let's try 12. So if I do 12, so here will be 12 times 4, that's 48. Okay, so here will be 12 times 20, so that's 240. All right, so here will be 48 times 10, 480. So my total, 240 plus 480. So my total will be 720. So that's not the correct answer as well. All right, so let's do another one. This is far too small. This is 780, this is 720. Let's make this 13. All right, so 13 times 4 will give me 52. So here will be 13 times 20, that's 260. 52 times 10, that is 520. Total of the two, 260 plus 520, that will give me 780. Yes, that's our answer. That's the answer we're looking at. Now they ask you how many strings and ribbons. So the total number of, so total will be 13 plus that is for the strings, that's the ribbon, and this is the string, 52. So your answer will be 65. So how many ribbons and string did he cut in all? So he cut 65 strings and ribbons in all. And that's your answer, 65. Okay, right. Is everybody okay there? Right, so always remember, how do you establish a list and check sum? Okay, because for exam, they will not write down the heading on top. This is a list and check, right? So you must remember that the items will be definitely, it can be 2, it can be more than 2, all right? And they will always write sum. We don't know the number of both the item. And then they will give you certain clues, all right? That one is greater than the other. For example, this one here is 4 times as many, 2 times as many, 3 times as many, and things like that. And they must always give the total for the two, right? Total in terms of length, in terms of money. Okay, they must always give that total for you. then you have to work it out. And when you are making guesses also, please make smart guesses. All right, so when you know that this is smaller than the answer that we're looking at, we have to increase the number. When it's a bit too much, we have to lower it and adjust it accordingly. Okay, everyone? All right, I see you again. Bye.